So today's going to be the official start of the vlog, the first video that's going to be going up on the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name's Brandon Warner. The car I drive is a Acura CL Type S 2001. Does get a lot of hate because it is an Acura, but a lot of people don't know it's got a J32A2, which is a single overhead cam VTEC engine. That's a 3.2 liter, so picks up and goes pretty quick. Today what we're going to be doing is basically just full detail. Going to start off with a nice pressure wash, then after that go into waxing. Going to be doing a full turtle wax along with clay bar. Get the paint nice and shiny. For a lot of people that don't know what washing and waxing does, it extends the life of the paint as well as keeps your car really shiny and keeps things from beating up on it. Right now, as you can tell, it's pretty dirty looking at the car, but after we get it going, it should be nice and shiny, seeing those waves again in the paint like you see from the beginning. What it also gets rid of is also fade spots. Fade spots come over time when the clear coat starts to wear off on the paint. So when you go and clay bar it and wax it, it puts a new layer, brings out a new layer of paint, as well as makes it really smooth and nice, giving it that show car look, as well as getting rid of your age spots and keeping your car fresh and shiny new. So gonna go ahead and get that started. It's probably gonna take about 4-hour process to do everything, so get it going. So just finished fully washing the car, pressure washing it actually, and dried it off and realized that some of the paint is actually starting to deteriorate right here on the rear quarter panel. So if you listen, you can hear this is pretty smooth right here. Kind of hear the roughness there in the paint. You can't really see it on the camera, but yeah, that's what happens when you haven't waxed in a long time. Some parts of the roof as well, you can't see in the GoPro, but that's also deteriorating, as well as some soap spots on the hood. So it's been about, say, about 8 months since the last time I waxed the car, which was about July of last year, right before school started for me. So that was the last time I clayed and fully waxed the car, which was actually right before I got my license too. So what we're gonna do first is I have some Adams clay bar. So we're gonna go ahead and take this, as well as some Lucas Oil Slick Mist Fast and Easy Speed Wax. So what this is basically a quick detailer. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet the clay with it, and then go ahead and hit each quarter panel a couple times with the clay, and that's gonna bring up the paint, as well as take out like any imperfections that are in the paint like I showed you guys in the back. So basically any dirt, pitting, or anything like that, as well as scratches, you can take out as long as they're not too deep. So that's going to be the next step. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what that consists of right now, and then as soon as we do that on each and every panel, we'll go ahead and apply the wax with the buffer. And then after we apply the wax with the buffer, we'll go ahead and take it off with like a terry cloth or microfiber, something like this, so that way it'll put that shine on there. And then what I like to do after is go ahead and hit it with a quick cleaning spray again to get all the wax off, and that puts a nice shine on the paint as well. So yeah, make sure it's all nice and wet, and then basically take it and hit it on the paint, and you could hear it. So we're just gonna take it and keep rubbing it against this panel until you feel it smooth out. That's when you know you've gotten everything out of the paint. And you want to make sure and keep on rotating the clay as well, so that way whatever it picks up out of the paint, you don't keep rubbing it around. And you want to keep it in one motion as well. You don't want to keep rotating it. So you can hear it starting to smooth out in the spots that I keep on hitting. So about 2.5 hours into it now. Just finished claying the car. Ran into a couple spots that were pretty bad, so they took me a little bit longer than it usually would. But go ahead and show you. Paint has so much gloss in it now, it's not even funny. The camera doesn't do any justice to show how much gloss this paint has in it. I mean, all the fade spots are gone now. Everything's just phenomenal. You could see the reflection of the camera in it now. So now it's just immaculate. So next step is we're gonna go ahead and take the turtle wax, and then usually some people like to apply it by hand, but personally I like to do it with a electronic buffer like this guy. Makes it a little bit easier to put it on, and then you gotta let the wax dry and cure, and then that's when it fills in the paint, and then you go ahead and take your microfiber and wipe it off, and then that's what provides the shine after. So probably about like another hour, and I'd say it'd be done by now. And then we're just gonna go ahead and detail the car, like the wheels, interior leather. Probably gonna vacuum it too, since I haven't done that in a while. But the car is definitely looking a lot better than it did before, since it has been almost a year now since I've clayed and waxed the car. So the paint was getting pretty bad. That spot I showed you guys earlier, you can hear it now, it's completely smooth. It was pretty rough. There was some Flex Seal that was sprayed on there because my trunk was leaking at first, but I managed to get all that out of the paint. There's a couple spots you can kind of maybe see on here. Right here in the cracks, could see a little bit of imperfections, but for the most part I'm pretty happy because I got most of it out. It's not something that you're really gonna see. So yeah, a little bit longer and we should be finishing up. We'll go ahead and insert some slow-mo shots for you guys in here too.
10 bad bitches in a mash. Wrist on Millie Rock, them diamonds on me dancing. When you working hard, then your money start expanding. I got model bitches wanna lick me like some candy, and them drugs come in handy. Last name Savage, bitch, but no, I'm not Randy. Hit her with no condom, had to make her eat a plan.
So just finished waxing probably about 20 minutes ago. Came out really nice. I'm really happy with the results. It's been a while since I've done it. Let's see. Didn't get to do everything I wanted to. Unfortunately, got a little late in the day. It took me about 3.5 hours, 4 hours to do it, and I started at like, say about 10:30. I didn't finish till 2:30. But only got to condition my front seats, got the wheels all cleaned up, got the windows clean. Car's looking really good. Unfortunately, it's been raining a lot, so I haven't got it to look the way I want it to. And car show season is coming up pretty soon, so I gotta keep it in good shape so that we can go ahead and start attending those. So couldn't get to everything. Got a couple errands I need to go run. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time, alright?
And I'm sipping on that codeine, not brandy.